The Republican National Convention pulsed with energy. A new voice took the stage, clear and strong. Vivek Ramaswamy, a successful entrepreneur and child of immigrants, embodied the American dream. But he saw a nation at a crossroads, its values under attack, his mission to remind us who we are. Ramaswamy's words resonated. He wasn't a career politician, he was a problem solver, a builder. He spoke of his parents' journey, their sacrifices for a better life. This, he declared, was the essence of America: opportunity, hard work, and faith in a brighter future. His message was simple yet profound. America, he argued, was losing its way. The principles that made it great were being eroded. It was time to reclaim our heritage, to rediscover the values that made us a beacon of hope for the world. America, Ramaswamy declared, was founded on a set of timeless principles: individual liberty, limited government, free markets. These ideals, he argued, were under assault. A culture of entitlement was taking root, replacing hard work with handouts. Identity politics was dividing us, pitting neighbor against neighbor. The American spirit, however, was not easily extinguished. Ramaswamy reminded the audience of our nation's resilience. We had overcome challenges before. We had stared down tyranny and emerged stronger. This crisis, he argued, was different. It was a crisis of identity, a forgetting of who we are. He called for a return to our roots, a return to self-reliance, to personal responsibility, a return to the understanding that our rights come with responsibilities. Only by reclaiming our heritage, Ramaswamy argued, could we hope to restore the promise of America. What does it mean to be American? Ramaswamy offered a clear answer. It means believing in a meritocracy where success is earned, not given. It means upholding the rule of law where everyone is equal under the Constitution, and it means taking pride in our country, in its history and its ideals. These pillars, he argued, were interconnected. Meritocracy fostered innovation and prosperity. The rule of law ensured fairness and order. National pride united us around a common purpose. Weaken one, he warned, and you weaken them all. Ramaswamy's message was a stark contrast to the divisive rhetoric of the left. He rejected the politics of envy and resentment. He offered a vision of America where everyone, regardless of background, had the opportunity to achieve their dreams. To Section 4, securing our future borders and accountability. A strong nation, Ramaswamy argued, must have secure borders. Without secure borders, the very fabric of our nation is at risk. He emphasized that a country without defined and protected borders cannot maintain its sovereignty or ensure the safety of its citizens. He spoke of the humanitarian crisis at the southern border, highlighting the plight of migrants who risk everything for a chance at a better life. This crisis, he noted, is not just a political issue but a deeply human one, affecting countless lives on both sides of the border. The flow of drugs and crime, he continued, is a direct consequence of our porous borders. The unchecked influxes of narcotics has devastated communities, leading to addiction, violence, and a breakdown of social order. This, he argued, is a clear and present danger that demands immediate action. This, he declared, was a failure of leadership, a stark reminder of the consequences of neglect and mismanagement. Leaders who fail to address these issues, he said, are betraying the trust of the American people. Such neglect, he argued, is a betrayal of the American people. Citizens feel abandoned and frustrated, their concerns ignored by those in power. This sense of betrayal has fueled a growing discontent and a demand for change. He also called for accountability in government. Transparency and responsibility, he insisted, are essential for a functioning democracy. Without them, trust in public institutions erodes, and the very foundation of our society is weakened. Bureaucracy had become bloated and inefficient, he said, stifling innovation and progress. The red tape and endless paperwork have created a system that serves itself rather than the people. This inefficiency, he argued, is a drain on resources and a barrier to effective governance. Politicians had lost touch with the people they were supposed to serve. The disconnect between elected officials and their constituents has grown, leading to a sense of disillusionment and apathy among the electorate. This, he said, is a dangerous trend that must be reversed. It was time, he said, to drain the swamp, to clear out the entrenched interests and restore integrity to our political system. This call to action resonated with many who felt that the government had become a self-serving entity, disconnected from the needs and desires of the people. To restore government to its proper role as the servant, not the master of the people, he emphasized, is crucial. The government should work for the people, ensuring their rights and freedoms, rather than imposing unnecessary restrictions and controls. Ramaswamy's message resonated with those who felt left behind by the political establishment. His words struck a chord with individuals who believed that their voices were not being heard and their needs were not being met. He offered a common-sense approach to complex problems, advocating for practical solutions rather than ideological extremes. His focus on pragmatic policies and real-world results appealed to many who were tired of partisan bickering and empty promises. His focus on securing our borders and holding government accountable struck a chord with those who felt the American dream was slipping away. By addressing these fundamental issues, he aimed to restore faith in the nation's future and ensure that the promise of America remains alive for generations to come. Section 5, A Tapestry of Dreams Reaching Every American. In a nation as vast and varied as the United States, the challenge of reaching every citizen is monumental. Yet, it is a challenge that must be met with determination and vision. One of the most remarkable aspects of Ramaswamy's speech was its inclusivity. He didn't just speak to one group or another, he spoke to all Americans, weaving a tapestry of dreams that included everyone. He spoke directly to immigrants, reminding them that America was a nation built by dreamers and risk-takers. He highlighted the stories of those who left everything behind to seek a better life, emphasizing that their courage and determination are the bedrock of the American spirit. He challenged Black Americans to embrace the legacy of Frederick Douglass and Martin Luther King Jr., who fought for equality within the framework of the American ideal. He urged them to continue the fight for justice and equality, to build on the progress made by these great leaders. He reached out to millennials and Gen Z, urging them to reject the cynicism of their generation and to embrace the challenge of building a better future. He spoke of the power of youth, their potential to drive change, and the importance of their voices in shaping the nation's destiny. America's promise, he argued, was not a guarantee but a challenge. It was a call to action, a call to each individual to contribute to the nation's ongoing story. He emphasized that the American dream is not a static concept but a dynamic journey that requires effort and commitment from every generation. It was up to each generation to renew that promise, to make it their own. He spoke of the importance of intergenerational cooperation, of learning from the past while forging a path to the future. He called on families, communities, and individuals to come together to support one another in the pursuit of a common goal. Ramaswamy's message was a powerful antidote to the identity politics that had come to dominate our national discourse. He offered a vision of unity, a vision where our shared values and common goals were more important than our differences. He spoke of an America where diversity was celebrated, but where unity was paramount. He offered a vision of America where what united us was stronger than what divided us. He called on all Americans to look beyond their differences, to see the common humanity that binds us together. He spoke of a nation where every individual has a role to play, where every voice is heard, and where every dream is possible. Section 6, United We Stand, the power of shared purpose. In an era of division and polarization, Ramaswamy's call for unity was a breath of fresh air. His words cut through the noise, offering a beacon of hope in a time when it felt like the nation was more divided than ever. He reminded the audience that despite our differences, we were all Americans. This simple yet profound statement resonated deeply with everyone present. It was a reminder that our identity as Americans transcends the political, social, and cultural divides that often seem insurmountable. We shared a common history, a common set of values, and a common destiny. These shared elements are the bedrock of our nation, the foundation upon which we have built our society. They are the threads that weave the rich tapestry of the American experience. He argued that the key to overcoming our challenges was not to focus on our differences, but to rediscover our shared purpose. What is that purpose? It is the pursuit of a more perfect union. A nation where liberty and justice are not just ideals, but realities for all its citizens. To preserve the blessings of liberty for ourselves and our posterity. This means ensuring that the freedoms we enjoy today are safeguarded for future generations. It is a call to action, a reminder that we have a responsibility to those who will come after us, to continue the unfinished work of perfecting our union. This is a never-ending journey, one that requires constant vigilance and effort. It is about striving to create a society that lives up to its highest ideals, where everyone has the opportunity to succeed. Ramaswamy's message resonated because it tapped into a deep longing for unity. People are tired of the constant bickering and division. They yearn for a sense of togetherness, a feeling that we are all in this together, working towards a common goal. In a world increasingly defined by tribalism and division, he offered a vision of America where we could disagree without being disagreeable. This vision is not about erasing our differences, but about finding a way to coexist peacefully and respectfully, where we could debate our differences without demonizing our opponents. It is about fostering a culture of respect and understanding where dialogue and compromise are valued over conflict and hostility. This is the power of shared purpose, the ability to come together despite our differences and work towards a brighter future for all. Section 7. Restoring the American Dream, a Vision of Hope. Vivek Ramaswamy's speech was more than just a political address. It was a call to action, a summons to greatness. He reminded us that the American dream is not a guarantee, but an aspiration. It is a challenge to be met, a promise to be kept. He ended his speech with a message of hope. The challenges we face are real, he said, but so is the American spirit. We are a nation of innovators, of problem solvers, of people who never give up on the promise of a better tomorrow. Ramaswamy's vision for America was clear, a nation where everyone has the opportunity to achieve their dreams, where freedom reigns supreme, and where we stand together as one people united by our love of country and our faith in the future.